It was officially the hottest pepper in the world until last year. The recipe I sent told me to put in 2. I put in 4. We're going to do a homemade Carolina Reaper file. Oh, fuck. Yes, today we're going to be making 4 recipes that are going to get progressively hotter, culminating in a Carolina Reaper file. Now, I really don't like hot and spicy food, but I'm quite an inquisitive person, and some of the recipes today are ones that I've always wanted to try. We're actually going to start with something which is almost like a fondue. There's a Chinese province called Sichuan. So a lot of people venture to that region of China just to enjoy the spicy food. So whereas the rest of the video is on like the Scoville scale, Sichuan is known for its peppercorns. And these peppercorns are apparently spicy and mouth-numbing and come from the prickly ash tree. A citrus-like flavour and induces a tingling numbness in the mouth akin to a 50 Hz vibration due to the presence of hydroxy-alpha-sansol. Apparently their pungency comes from other compounds, but that's not to say in our hot pot which we're making, we're not putting chilies in it anyway. So there will actually be some Scoville in it also. This actually could end up being the hottest out of the lot. I have no idea, but this really intrigued me. So I'm just making up some chicken stock with a stock cube here. The ingredients behind me there are actually quite, well, normal. We've got some ground cloves, star anise, bay leaves, cinnamon stick, 3 garlic cloves, ginger. Now you see, if that was it, that's the base of something quite nice. However, I don't know where this is going to go. We need 3 more things. In this bag, I needed to get some whole dried chilies. Now these are about 60,000 Scoville units. Ordered this online. This is a spicy flavour hot pot base mix that you normally dilute down. So that's where the stock will come in. That has actually got like a flame around a chili there. I'm a little scared. Potentially it could look like this actually. Last but not least, these are the Sichuan peppercorns. I only need about a tablespoon of these, but look at the colour on them. Really interesting. Now this is what could pack a punch. I really don't want to bite a whole one potentially. But anyhow, we're frying up the ginger. We're going to caramelise ginger. I've never done that before. So the ground cloves, bay leaf, cinnamon stick, anise. When I just said anise out loud, do not put your niece in. They probably won't like it. And the garlic. And suddenly that's gone really muddy. It smells alright still though. It smells good. This is the spicy base mix thing. Oh, I thought it was going to be a powder. It's really, really angry. In go those peppercorns, the chilies, and there is, oh my word. Oh no, what are those bits in it? Has it got more chili in it? Oh, please don't. Please don't. I do not need to start the day like this. I've already got toilet paper in the freezer. I've just checked the ingredients, and those lumps are chilies. That's the bulk of it. So I've just put more chilies with my chili and a few broad beans. And they do not look like that right now, but there's definitely some sort of sweet element. I'm smelling it. Almost like teriyaki vibes going on right now. But this is where I'm quite happy because we're going to add in the chicken stock. Oh my word. It's almost quite mesmerizing in some ways. It's like a delicate jacuzzi of potential pain, but then it might not be. I might really like this. But this is basically our base stock mix. So I was just reading, and then for a dipping sauce, you can kind of have whatever you want, really. I've gone for some soy sauce, but you could have sesame oil. But this is the last thing. So what you would normally do is have this in like a hot pot, sat on the table, people all sit around fondue style, and you dip in raw food and cook it in the heat. So fish, beef, chicken, pretty much anything in small pieces, using the heat of the soup to cook it through, and you then dunk it in the sauce. Now, other than a slow cooker, and because I want to move on, I've not really got anything else I can put that in, so I'm actually going to use pre-cooked meats, and also some rice noodles, which it says you can also use too. So you'd be sat around the table, but this would be raw meat, and it would be simmering away, and we just stir it around like so. And then obviously this is some rice noodles. Wow. And like I say, the meat is cooked through. So in there, but then into your dunking sauce. Here we go. Oh. Oh. Oh, wow. Oh, that's warm, but in a really nice way. I've not really had much hot food in my life, but when I have a curry, I don't like a korma. Too much like coconut and sweetness, it's like too sweet. I really don't like a hot curry, but I want to know that there's some flavour and depth going on, and that is phenomenal. Oh, ooh. That is phenomenal. It is hot. Don't get me wrong. In fact, that's getting hotter now. Ooh. I need to save my milk, I think, because if that is hot already, it is tingling. There's like depth, there's citrus notes, there's those autumnal spices from the cinnamon and anise. I really like that. My mouth, my outside of my mouth feels like it's on a journey. Oh, wow, that is actually hot. I'm going to stop there because I'm starting to get minor sniffles, but I really like that and I want to quit while I'm ahead. It's been about 10 minutes and there is still a heat in my mouth. It's like it's not going away. It's a nice heat right now. So it's time to up the Scoville scale, and I've actually already started recipe number 2. Now, living with the girls, they do not like spicy food whatsoever, so I very, very rarely make it. However, I'm going to make homemade jerk chicken, and apparently authentic stuff has a really good kick. And to achieve that, we're going to use Scotch bonnet peppers. And they do look like little peppers, don't they? Very innocent, very shiny, very glossy, almost strawberry-like, but they pack roughly 250,000 of Scoville units. Now, I've already made the marinade for our jerk chicken, and it was quite a lot of ingredients. So I had some red onion, spring onions, soy sauce, vinegar, oil, the juice from an orange, the juice from a lime, some chopped garlic cloves, some more ginger, brown sugar, nutmeg, allspice, cinnamon, thyme, bit of salt and pepper, and those Scotch bonnet peppers, which I removed the stalks and roughly chopped, went in there. Oh, that all gets whizzed up together to create our jerk marinade. In this Ziploc bag, I've got some chicken that I've just put like slash marks through so the marinade can hopefully get into it. And whilst that's marinating, I'm going to make the first recipe that you've actually already seen me try. Time travel. This was a recipe someone sent to me that they raved about. Yeah, and I'll pour the rest into this saucepan and we'll bring that to a simmer to drench the chicken once it's done. Maybe. If this is going to blow my head off, I ain't doing it. Despite the potential heat, I think that's what authentic jerk chicken is. It is on my bucket list to one day try and get to Jamaica and try it. If I don't, I'll just have to have it here in good old Somerset. Here we go. It smells incredible. Whilst that's cooling down, if the washing up is anything to go by, I just had a massive sneezing fit. Oh dear. I'm really happy with that. It's cooled down slightly. I'm loving like the slash marks through the chicken as well, where that marinade has managed to get in there for those 2 hours. Lovely stuff. I'm at the territory. Oh, it's like the whole same feeling as before. I'm feeling it more on my lips. I really wish I put some sort of, that was a tip, put some chapstick on. Lip gloss. That is fiery. I can do it. I don't want to get any on my lips. Oh, that is brilliant. I love that. However, oh my gosh. Oh, it's coming a bit here. Well, we've got to do it. We've got to do it properly. Is this properly? I don't think it is. It's just using some of that spare marinade. Oh my word. Please, Barry. Please, please, please don't. Come on. Oh, that's sweeter. I really got the taste of the lime then. Ah. Oh. The good news is I've definitely got some on my bottom lip then, and I can still partially feel it. I'm not gonna have the milk. Some people say having milk can make it worse. Water is really bad because it washes all of the heat around your mouth. It spreads it. Whereas I think milk, oh, crikey. I'm getting more benefit to like just breathing in and out like that. That's enough. For me, that's probably top tier that I would ever really want to go. However, oh my gosh, we move on to number 3. Apparently when you have hot food like that, there is supposed to be like this very brief moment of like euphoria when you're eating it. And I think I slightly got that then, and I was a good boy. I didn't have any of my milk. I'm gonna keep that. I might need the rest of it. Oh my gosh, my lips are on fire. Next up on the screen right now is something called a boot jolokia chili, AKA a ghost chili. Apparently we trim off the top part, slice it in half, and these seeds here, although I think that's what contains most of the heat, I've been told to get those out, and I'm not against that whatsoever, so that I can kind of put them on. Oh my gosh, they smell really strong. How can you smell strong like that? I'm quite scared now. But yeah, there's my seeds there. There's definitely still some seeds in there, but these are 1 million Scoville typically ghost peppers. Because what we're doing? Well, we're making a dip. I think it's very unlikely that if I like this, I'm going to pour it on the chicken, but there's only one way to find out. I was actually reading a lot of curry places like dye their foods like red to make it more appealing. So you know when you go to a curry house, sometimes it's just, that's not actually what you're eating, that's natural colour. They'll use paprikas or other food colorants to really sort of push the redness. Nice chopped pepper. Salt, vinegar, sugar, garlic, water. Now, to be fair, I'll just boil that down now. Whiz that up. That's going to be lovely. Till we add these. Oh my gosh, there are seeds in it still. Oops. Well, we didn't get dressed up for nothing, did we? However, I will say the 2 recipes I've had so far, I would eat again. I generally would. They're all right. I just need to be like, yep, Barry, you're going to Heat Town. Well, I don't know where this one's going to take us. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's like, what? I just looked and the recipe I sent told me to put in 2. I've put in 4. No. Oh gosh, why? Damn, I'm scared. Oh no. So sometimes known as the ghost pepper or ghost chili, a hybrid chili pepper cultivated in northeast India. In 2007, it was the hottest chili pepper, 170 times hotter than Tabasco. You know what? I've read enough. Seriously, I've got like, my nose has got really, really runny. I just popped to get a tissue, I've come back in, and the smell is, this is really pungent. Oh gosh. Okay, with the ghost being Indian, I've got a naan bread for dunking. I've got my topped up milk. I've got a full fat plain yogurt. I've got some ice cream on standby, a runny nose, and a ramekin for dunking. Oh my word. It looks like carrot soup. Barry, it's carrot soup. That's it. Let's just try a little bit like this. Here we go. Oh. Oh. That is still going hotter and hotter and hotter. I don't know if I brought up a tolerance though, but like, is it going to happen again? Am I going to get this second wave of just like complete heat? I'm getting really warm. Oh. It's not going any higher, so I might regret this. Oh. Oh, that's hot. Holy schmoly. Oh, wow, that is, I'm getting that buzz. It's getting hotter. Oh. Oh. Like someone's put a flamethrower. Ooh. I've never had anything that hot before. Why am I having more? No, I've got to have milk. I've got to have milk. When I had bread with it, jeez. The bread does take it a bit away, but it absorbs it, and all of a sudden it comes back. But the direct spoon that I had, woo, blimey. And I thought those other things would dilute it down. It spread it more. Oh my gosh. I can't have any more of that. I'm really sorry, but I'm glad that I've tried it. Really glad. Right, let's go one hotter. And as someone has said to me, oh, Carolina, or don't fear the Reaper. Yes, Carolina Reapers that I'm holding on the screen right now. Why do they always look so innocent? We're going to do a homemade Carolina Reaper file. Oh, fuck. Oh my God, it keeps repeating on me. I'm so sorry. As strong as that was, I have not needed to break into the yogurt yet. Whew. The Carolina chili pepper is a cultivar of the Capsicum chinense plant, developed by an American breeder called Ed Curry. Hi Ed, oh I love your surname Curry, the irony. The Scoville units can range from 1.6 million up to 2.2. It was officially the hottest pepper in the world until last year, when another pepper called Pepper X, again made by Ed, superseded it at 2.6 million Scovilles. Now I've not got a Pepper X, sorry Ed. The Carolina Reaper is going in a file. Typically the hottest curry when you go for one. I've never ordered one, but I do believe that the ghost ones are normally used instead of a Carolina Reaper. This should just take it up a notch, which of course I'm really desperate to try. Damn you, Ed. Oh, the Reaper is described as having a fruity taste, with the initial bite being sweet and then immediately turning to molten lava. This time the seeds are staying in. And I love how we've accidentally stumbled upon this man, I think he's in his 60s now, called Ed, whose life purpose now is to make exceptionally hot chilies. Oh my word, even just being around them like that, they're giving off this really strong scent. I keep wanting to say more, but genuinely, like, that is potent. Like, it's proper hell. So I'm going to add in some onions, some lamb oil. We've got loads more ingredients to go in. I'm still looking over that jerk chicken going, yeah, to be honest, you're all right. All right, so just cooking this round. Oh my gosh, the fumes are crazy. It's the Grim Reaper, all right? It's giving me a chilly cold. My senses are through the roof. For context though, my tripod was there. I was leaning right over the pan there, so don't do that. Basically, I'm cooking it down a bit. In goes the garlic. More ginger, just because I've got some here, might as well use it. And some spring onions. Oof. Getting emotional. It's like I've been watching Titanic again. We're going to add in some cardamom seeds, some paprika, turmeric, cumin, and this is some medium curry powder, tomato puree, tin of chopped tomatoes, chicken stock again, and then we can play around with it as much as you want. So maybe like simmer it for 20 minutes, let the flavors develop, or even longer if you wish. I mean, making that in a slow cooker with the Carolina Reapers in there, woo! Maybe do that outside. I actually feel a lot less nasally now. I think it's because we've actually fully encased, like all of those chilies and peppers are just kind of like covered in other ingredients now. It seemed to be like once you sliced it open and those seeds were airborne, the whole scent of it is like, here I go, like wandering around the kitchen going, yeah. Didn't like that. Didn't like that at all. Was not expecting that on my bingo card. You know, like Indian restaurants, sometimes they'll serve like a swirl of yogurt, you know, something like that into the curry. I kind of wish I had that as an option right now. I don't even know why I'm spooning that sort of amount in there. I'm not going to eat anywhere near. Well, I might like it. You never know. Oh, shall we do this? Again, it does look really, really nice. The Reaper itself has dissolved and spread all along that. I feel like I've got away with it. So I'm going to go quite big on this. Ah! Oh my gosh! Oh! Oh! That is some heat right there. Why has that made that milk taste so sweet? Oh, blimey! Oh, that hurts so much in my chest. It's like all of the heat before, but it's like swirling around like a washing machine, just constantly, and it's getting hotter. Oh, it's really burning. I didn't actually get any lamb though. Ah, no. Ah, it's like okay at first. Like it described, perhaps having some sweet notes, and all of a sudden, it's almost like this, like it feels like someone's just drawn a black line right down it, and it just goes to pure like hell. That is so like that's not enjoyable at all. Oh. 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 You know, at the start of the video, I was like, I'm quite inquisitive and I like to tick the box and say that I've tried something. I think I can safely say I'll never have a Carolina Reaper fowl again. Wow. Like, my eyes are watering. I feel like I'm sweating. I'm proud of myself, though. I've done it. Wow, why is that still going to get hotter? Oh, my word. Oh. Like, seriously, it is really, really, really hot. And I'm not getting any... I mean, we put a lot of flavour. We put a lot of depth and levels into that. I'm missing all of that just for pure heat and just... And maybe some people have got a high tolerance and then they still get the flavours, but I don't understand why you would want to eat something so hot and miss out on the taste of like a nice curry. Oh, my lips are on fire. Oh, that's so good. Oh, that's good. Cold yogurt. This is like the last thing I want to look at. But it's only really... Oh my... But it's only really because of this. I really liked that. It looks the most sinister out of all of it. The jerk chicken, that really went up a notch, but that had depth to it. This was hot. This was really hot. I don't know about that. And that was just pure pain served with rice. Oh, the burning is on my lips mostly now. It feels so good just to spread yogurt on it and be like, oh. I'll write the recipes up if you want to try them, but my favourite one for simplicity, which now I really want to barbecue, is the jerk chicken. Someone's autograph directly underneath it, but I guess we can take that as authenticity. So one thing that we need on there is 4 egg yolks. This is a tin of evaporated milk, and I feel like actually on the shrinkflation thing, evaporated milk, because that's the recipe literally says 1 can of evaporated milk. It's like this, and also condensed milk. That's got like some crazy weight that's like 397 grams. Like, I feel like those companies are kind of stuck, because if they ever change like that size, like loads of historic recipes are going to be like, oh, I'm just going to whisk through the 4 egg yolks with some flour and the whole tin of the evaporated milk. Apparently we now flavour. Oh my gosh, I can see loads of flour lumps coming to the surface. Oh, we'll keep going. So pepper and a good shimmy of salt. This is what I like about old school recipes. Like, sometimes in the ingredients, they're like, oh, you just need flour and eggs. And this isn't too bad. But then you go down to the ingredients and it's like, fold in a freshly prepared trifle and some aspic. It's not said that specifically, but we do need to add in those stiffened egg whites like now. And they're not looking very stiffened. I don't know why I've now got the vision of John Wayne like whisking egg whites by a campfire with a horse tied up next to him. The can of beans and whipping egg whites. There we go. Nice stiff Tim Peaks. I didn't find a recipe for him. And then we're just going to fold in these icebergs of meringue into the mix in batches. It's giving me like cake vibes. All right, that is nice and folded in together, looking like a little delicate blanket of clouds. I've preheated my oven, started to get some green chilies, because although it's called a cheese casserole, it should be called cheese and chili. And I'm just going to go for it. I'm just going to like chop them up roughly, seeds and all. You know what? Why don't we? It's not telling me not to. All right, the chilies are chopped. Got myself a bag of grated cheddar cheese here. And it also said to have an equal amount of pepper jack cheese, so I could get hold of that. The only downside was it was in loads of slices, so I've just like roughly chopped it. These 3 need to be mixed together, so I'm gonna just get a massive bowl. In go the chilies. That is looking very strange. The butter apparently is there to grip this. Oh my word. And the oven has just preheated. Oh look, it's got like a, did you see that? Where it's settled. Some of the egg whites created like a bit of a lid, and it's doing it again there. Oh no. Really interesting. Is that gonna sort of set like a meringue? The cheese will just melt naturally, right? But is it not gonna seep in and merge together? Because it told me not to stir it. But we've got to trust what John says, you know? All right, this is going in for half an hour, and it's actually where I've been potentially caught out. Because apparently, after half an hour, we put slices of tomatoes on top and then bake again. Of course. I could not find a tomato. I found a red pepper, so that will do. That is if even at a half an hour point, it even looks like we want to proceed. Very intrigued about this. Time to saddle up because your cheesy casserole's ready. Look at those chili chunks in there. In fact, even look at that tuft. It's peeking out through the fake tomato. I'm gonna let this cool down slightly whilst I work out what the hell I'm gonna do with it. And I'm lifting out, as Boston's starting to walk towards me, a really sort of gooey mess in the middle. There's cheese that has bitten that. It's softened it, kept it moist. There's chilies. So not the stringy cheese I was expecting. Kind of like a foamy, crispy, soggy mass. And I do still have the taste of Tabasco in my mouth, but hey ho. Mmm, that is fantastic. I was really not expecting that to be so good. You have to remember how much cheese we put into it. The chili, is mild. It's definitely savoury, but there's this lightness that actually evaporated milk does add to recipes. I don't like the topping. Like the folding of the meringues, that's made it foamy and a bit too weird. But the cheese and the chili and that kind of medley with evaporated milk in the middle, that is the best bit. And that's pretty darn good. I'm feeling well nourished and I cannot let that detract from my excitement for our final recipe in Kayes, Mali. Kayes is a city in western Mali on the Senegal River with a population of 130,000. The city is located 260 miles northwest of the capital, Bamako. That's good for a pub quiz, I did not know that. It's sort of like mud flat looking things with thatched roofs. This really weird tower thing, not sure what that is. So for this one again, it was really hard for me to like nail down on a recipe specifically from this place. However, Mali in general, I picked out, I think is their national dish. It's something called a tigwidigi na. Tigwidigi na? Tigwidigi na. In brackets here it says chicken in peanut sauce, but I believe you can use other meat alternatives such as goat and beef. Oh, they actually do a vegetarian one too, and there are vegetables in it. The name comes from the Mandinka language, where tig means peanut, Dej means paste, and na means sauce. Do you want some sauce? Nah. Marley dad puns. So let me just clarify. We are going for the chicken, but I love peanut butter. I love satay. Chicken in a peanut butter sauce. I don't think it's quite satay, but I'm so excited. Ah! A kilo of chicken, which basically means it's going to be our dinner tonight. Oil on top. So the pepper is back in its holster. Got some chopped onion, got some garlic, that will go in soon, but also to one side I've coined some more carrots, some potatoes that I'll just chop, and some other bits lying around. So we'll come on to that in a bit, but let's just cook this, probably with 2 hands so it doesn't go everywhere. However, we also need some chicken stock. So I'm just gonna use one of these stock pot jelly things. Oh, look at that. Let's go back to that chicken a sec. That's looking good. I have drained it out once to get rid of some of that excess fat and juice. In goes the garlic, the onions, and actually a little bit like, sounds like a rule in life that someone once told me. Sometimes if you worry about things, you overthink them and they just sometimes just sort themselves out. And the stock cube has kind of done that. So that's our chicken stock ready. So tomato puree, which still gives me nightmares from making pizzas as a kid at school. They made you use that as the base and it was like very, very concentrated. And this is a tin of chopped tomatoes. I'm not quite getting the peanut butter vibes yet. There we go, look at that. That has thickened up lovely and reduced down. I'm trying to reduce it down as much as I can because we don't really have that much room left in this frying pan. And the peanut butter is about to join. I'm going for chunky. I'm really going to be interested to see how much this flavour pops through, because I really do like satay food, but with the tomato, is it really going to show? Got some mixed herbs, nice. Carrots, aubergine, aka eggplant, and the potatoes. I think the stock will fit in there. It's going to be, I really should have got a bigger pan. And of course, it's going to reduce down. Oh my gosh, come on. Oh. With every second that passes, it should reduce down. So as long as I don't get too crazy, we should be okay. Yeah, because it now needs, oh my word. It has gone down an absolute fraction. It needs to simmer like this for a solid hour. So about 20 minutes later, the scent of peanut butter is in the air. A slightly nervous Barry and Boston, just wanting food, is feeling much more relaxed. Can you see? Never in doubt. Look, that's reduced down way more. It's thickening up. So that's what I'm going to be doing for another 40 minutes, reducing that down until we're left with kind of like a thick stew kind of thing. I'll put some rice on and we'll serve it up. All right, just to show you before I serve it up, look how much that's thickened up. I'm not going to take much more moisture out of it because I want to keep a bit of that in there. I don't want it too thick. This is not going to be the neatest dollop by all means. The word dollop. Oh, I've got it all over my counter already. Oh my word. Can you see how it's gone like more orangey? It really does smell peanut buttery now. Let's try it. Mmm. Oh, it's cozy. That is really nice. Oh, I really like that. It's not got like satay vibes, unfortunately. I really wanted to like taste more of the peanut butter. It's kind of like a mixture, like a trade-off between the tomato and the peanut butter as a dominant flavor. Yeah, everything else is just like a passenger on that flavor bus. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, could be anything in there and it will just go down. In fact, the chicken itself, the vegetarian option, probably wouldn't mind. But there is definitely a distinct creaminess and the peanut butter is slightly more dominant. I've got to say that. But then this tomato twang comes back at the end. I really like that.